Hello, Betty here. Well, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my experience here in Medjugorje over the past 4 days. Well, really 3 full days because it's very sad to be leaving in the morning. Um, since I did my last vlog and I filmed it on at the Blue Cross on Apparition Hill before Mariana had her apparition with Our Lady. I got here about 6:30, so I started walking up because the pathway was jammed with people. So I started walking up from behind me, which is quite steep. I walked this mountain 6 years ago, but I didn't like to chance it this time because I broke my leg quite badly, and I've got screws and metal plates in it, so I haven't got the same balance. So I had to make my way up from this end, and that was absolutely jammed with people, packed, and I never thought I would get near, but people were incredibly generous, and I sort of picked my way along to the stones, and people would see you wanting to get through, and they would actually hold out their hand to help you, to stop you from falling. And eventually, within the hour, I had actually got very close to the Blue Cross. I could see the Blue Cross, and I could see the main, I think it's Stella Mars films that do the main filming. And then it was just a wonderful atmosphere of beautiful singing, praying, guitars, lots of rosaries in English, Croatian, Italian. And then about 10 minutes before the apparition started, I had noticed this lovely family standing next to me and children around me. Everybody was just in beautiful spirits, smiling on their faces and singing. And then I heard this incredible, it was just pure evil, growling noise, hateful, coming from this, which I've noticed, just lovely woman earlier, but now her face was completely contorted, and I became aware then that she had got this possession that they talk about, where Satan had possessed her, or the devil, whatever you would like to call it. And I never believed these things in the past, although I'd heard about them, and but seeing is believing, and now I was seeing it with my own eyes, and I wasn't frightened. I just felt like, I don't feel prayer that much. I wouldn't consider myself anyway Holy Mary at all, but I felt myself praying with all my heart that this woman would be helped, and this, whatever was inside her, to this hateful growling and the contortions in her face. And then I found that there was 3 men trying to hold her down, to calm her, and putting holy water on her, and everybody was praying fervently around her. I felt very sorry. There was like a 16-year-old there who was crying her eyes out, because obviously it was very frightening for her. Then they managed to eventually, well, maybe after about 4 or 5 minutes, they eventually managed to get her down on the stone. One of them put a coat behind her head, and then they were blessing her for it with the holy water, making the sign of the cross. And I've never seen anything like it. She became totally calm, just almost like somebody had actually passed over, just completely still, totally lifeless but calm. And then people just continued then, I think, just happy that she was okay, and she was in peace, and the singing continued. And then after about 10 minutes, the heard the word silence, and complete silence, and we knew that Mariana was having her apparition with Our Lady. That went on for probably about 5 minutes, and then the singing and guitar started, and then after about another 5 minutes, an Italian speaking lady gave Our Lady's message in Italian, and then afterwards Miku, who is Mariana's friend, he translated it in Croatian, and then he translated it in English, and the message was all about how important it was to pray, how important it was to say the rosary. We have to open our hearts, we have to be kind, we must not, just to pray, and to pray to Jesus, her son, to come to Jesus, because he's waiting, he's got so much love in his heart. And well, you will see the whole transcript, it's on the internet. And apart from that, I had wonderful time at the Irish Centre, great sing-song one night, and also just generally met some wonderful people, and we had the beautiful mass this morning, the 10 o'clock mass, that's always in English, and then adoration. There must have been several thousand people at the adoration, which most of it has to be held outside because it wouldn't hold all the people in St. James's Church. It's just a heavenly place, and I hope I get back again. And it was everything I expected and more. So I've got lots of rosary beads for everybody, I've lit candles, and I just wish I was staying. I had more time here. I'm sad about going, I really am, even though I'm looking forward to seeing my immediate family and my loads of friends in London. And it was wonderful because I had two wonderful friends here from home, Marcella Byrne from my home parish of Askamore, and her sister Nellie, and they introduced me to some wonderful people that are doing great work here. So goodbye for now, and God bless you all. Bye.